Well, hello,
Oh, we're doing
and
it again?
hello, and hello. Hello, and hello. Welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast. Well, you can always come to us first to quench your reality thirst, and we put the T in reality. Her. I am Lana, your resident diva, here to give the tea, spill the tree, and drink the tea, because you know I loves me some tea, so you know what to do. You got that tea? Hit me up, period. Now, am I drinking tea? That is the question. And the answer is no, I am not. I am drinking water because hydration is key. And water is where it's at. You get clear skin with your water, period. See? We like to stay hydrated here on the cup. So if you're watching,
Mhm.
get your water, sit back, relax, and check us out. And just vibe with us. You hear the music, vibe with us, roll with us, cause we're a vibe, we're a mood. Chill, purr.
Hello, Tess. I'm winner of Circle Season 8 Full Justice, the Virgo Vixen of New York. And today we have water because hydration is important.
Mm.
And I'm Logan Murphy. I say something gay. Gay. And I'm actually drinking tea.
Oh, purr.
I got this really cute, it's Allegro tea. It's pomegranate green tea, and it's really good.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. Well,
It's phenomenal.
that's awesome. We are here. Circle message. Hi. I am kind of excited to talk about this episode because a lot happened and I don't know how I feel about it. Skull emoji, because some things went down that I wasn't sure needed to go down. Rolling my eye emoji. But it's okay. I'm hashtag still circle gang, period. And we'll see what happens. Send.
Circle message. I'm sad. Send. That's all.
Okay, circle message. I'm gagged. Shocked face emoji. I'm shocked that there is still someone in this game in particular that I wish was gone out since week 1. Confused face emoji, angry emoji, send.
Yeah.
Yeah, clap, 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 clap. Yes, I agree. Okay. So let's just jump right into this here because we're week 3, I guess you want to call it. Episodes 9, 10, 11, 12. What is it?
Correct.
Yeah.
Look at me. Look at me knowing the episodes. Hey. But episodes 9, 10, 11, and 12. So where we left off. Okay, this is what I hate about the circle. Because let me just throw this out there. I don't like their cliffhangers when they don't need to be cliffhangers, and then they don't do a cliffhanger when there need to be cliffhangers. Like over it, over it, over it. It's a flying in front of me. Oh gosh. Okay, but yeah, what y'all think about this first episode where we left off, y'all? Because I'm annoyed.
I will agree with you completely. I just think that the cliffhangers like mid-week episodes, I'm like, why? For what? And also why? Like, I don't understand it. It's
I don't
like,
get
we're
it.
literally about to watch the episode. If you were releasing them daily, the way that the circle was originally done, this wouldn't be a problem.
It was
But
originally daily.
y'all at Netflix don't have to do it. Yeah, so the UK version originally was a whole month, and it
Just
was
every
released
day.
daily.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Which
a
is
much
fine.
better format, in my opinion. But
Whatever. So we're at the inner circle. Jennifer has gotten a hacker power from Sasha slash Shuby, and Jennifer is going to be the hacker. Okay,
Yikes.
great.
Party.
Whatever. Um, Everybody finds out first that Shubham was Sasha. And everybody's like, oh my God, it's Shuby, Shuby. Woohoo.
I loved Tasia being like, if I had known it was Shuby, I would have worked with him. I'm like, that's the whole point.
This
That's
is the whole
clearly
point of the
why he was.
game, Tasia.
That is clearly why he's a catfish. Because if Shuby walked back in there, everybody would be like, oh, I want to work with Shuby.
Whether it was actually Shuby or not. Like.
And then you wouldn't have believed it was him.
Uh-huh.
You probably wouldn't have believed it was him in the first place. But everybody's going crazy. Shuby's exposed now and gone, blocked from the circle. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, in the circle chat, Jennifer decides not to share the fact that Shuby came to see them on his way out the door. Mm-hmm. Which I found strange because I'm like, that's weird because everybody else has been talking about it. But I kind of got it when they said why was because the hacker situation, and they didn't know if the circle was going to say Sasha left a power for somebody, and would assume that if she went and saw Jennifer, of course she would have gave Jennifer the power. So they gave it away. But the circle was not telling all that information, which I was like, they never said they were going to tell, that Sasha left the power for somebody. It was just, you got a power. So, but
you never know, because every season of the circle that we've seen has been a little bit different when it comes to those kinds of twists. True. So you really never know. As much as I may not like Brett as a human, I do have to say, honestly, a lot of his gameplay, especially in last week, I would say, this week not as much, we'll talk about it, but a lot of his strategic gameplay has actually been really smart. I thought it was a really smart idea for them to not reveal it at this point for those exact kinds of reasons. Because for me, if I'm in the circle and I know that Sasha went to go visit Jennifer, and then the next day, presumably, or I think it was 2 days after, they find out, oh, there's been a power, my mind immediately goes to, oh, Shuby's an OG. He probably had something on his way out. He went to go see Jennifer because we know that because she said that. So I'm going to put 2 and 2 together, and I'm immediately going to want to target Jennifer. Mm-hmm. That's just me.
Which I would have been fine with.
The same. But
personally, I would have been fine with that. But strategically, I understand why they didn't. Yeah. But it kind of was just like, for on one reason it was unnecessary to lie, but then on the other hand it was kind of like, okay, sometimes you have to do necessary evils even if you don't like doing it, but they are the hacker. Shuby's gone. They don't tell anybody that they met him. They rather just let people guess. People immediately don't believe Jennifer. Like, they don't believe her. I know Sam didn't believe it. Sam was like, I think she went and saw her. But why wouldn't she go see her? And I forgot how they tried to throw it off, but
Alexa, stop. I think it was like Jennifer was like, oh yeah, I wish Sasha had come to visit me, blah 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 blah, whatever. It was something.
Yeah. So after that, it really was not. It was just a lot of fluff. These episodes are just a lot of like stuff mushed together for me. Like, I tried to like episodes of smushing together in my brain, but I know they have an animal theme party
at some point.
And Tom goes to Raven and have a private chat with Raven, and she's like, look, Marvin is on some other stuff. I don't really know what he's feeding you or whatever, but I don't think his profile matches up the way he talks. He says he's a feminist, but I don't believe that because he was bragging to me about him and Samira sending sexy pictures back and forth. And Raven is like, what? Like, this is strike 2, 3, 4 I'm hearing from Marvin right now. Like, you have been playing me since like
Not the
forever.
echo.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it came
The
and
curse
gone.
of the damn echo. Jeez.
But
I don't know who it
anyway,
is at this point. Anyway.
I don't either. But it was he was like she at this point Raven is fed up with Marvin. She is like, this man has lied to me over and over and well, just being super shady and flirting and not telling people that we have a connection. I'm very hurt. She was very hurt by Tom telling her that. And he's like, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I got to tell you, your boy is living foul.
I would rather you know than not know this information.
Exactly.
Because Tom had kind of called Marvin out in... Was that this week? Tom called Marvin out in the
group chat.
and then we go to this conversation with them. And then at this point, Raven is just like, no.
Right. It's kind of crazy because Raven is really, you can tell she's really, really hurt by Marvin. She really liked Marvin, thought the connection was real, which for me, I'm kind of like, girl, reel it back in. You don't know this dude. You don't know if he real or not. Like, in this game, you can have a connection with somebody, but you still got to have a connection with the guard. Like, I'm not gonna let nobody who I ain't never met hurt my heart. Like, it's kind of. But that's just me. That's me. But yeah. So after that conversation, she's kind of like, I'm done with Mark.
Yep.
What y'all think about all that?
Good.
Thank God. This Marvin's entire gameplay in the circle proves to me that I'm glad he wasn't on BB24.
Yeah, I am glad. He'll be back. I am very glad he was not on BB24 because I don't think I could have dealt with his persona per se on BB24. Like, I couldn't deal with that. Him on BB24, could you imagine? No.
Well, we all know exactly what would have happened. He would have linked up with Monty. He probably would have ended up in a showmance with like Indy or something. Like or Jasmine. No, Jasmine's married to mine.
No,
well,
Jasmine
still
married.
Probably Jasmine.
I mean, based off of visual, maybe I wouldn't mind Indy and Marvin, but based off of personality,
they fit perfectly fine. No, I'm kidding.
Because we won't understand either. Look, because we didn't understand either one of them. So, just I can't. But yeah, so then Marvin talks to Chaz, and he's like, "Look, I screwed up. I know I did, and I don't know why I'm 8th. How did I end up 8th? What do I do?" He's asking for help, and Chaz is like, "Bruh." You definitely messed up.
Do you not realize that the 2 women that you flirted with not only have spoken to each other, but know all of the details?
Yeah. And Sam too.
And Sam too.
But it's like, how? Like, okay, I understand he has like 4 degrees, and I love that Michelle Buteau pointed that out. But I'm just like, how do we not realize that we're a player? You are a player, and not the good kind of one in the circle, like the way that Jennifer's a player. Like,
right.
Well, I don't get it. I'm just like, how does that not... Are you so used to doing this with people that you don't recognize that? Like, that's where my mind went immediately. I was like, do you not recognize this in yourself? Because, like, this is a scenario you've been in before and you haven't had backlash about it? Like, I just
exactly.
don't know.
This man is a prime candidate for F-Boy Island. Like, he deserved, if any show he needed to be on is F Boy Island, because he is so ugh, ugh. But and he didn't, like you said, he doesn't recognize it. He never recognizes his own faults. He didn't understand why they were upset. But then he's like, "Oh, I know I messed up. I know I messed up, but what do I do?" Like, right? Do you know? Do you know you messed up?
We heard Nisha in the background.
No, that was Will.
Oh, was that Will?
That was
yeah,
Will.
that was me.
Do you
realize it? Not you thinking Nisha jumped in on this podcast. Okay.
You know, I've been asking her to.
She could if she wanted. But anyway, so yeah, Chaz tries to help this brother out because he is lost in the sauce. He has no clue. And Marvin is, I guess he's taking the advice very well, because after Chaz tells him what to do, he actually goes and tries to apologize to Raven. And at this point, Raven is like, no.
Cool, but I'm not going to forget about this.
Right. I forgive you, but I don't trust you.
Thanks
for apologizing. Right.
She's kind of like subliminally doing what I hoped she would do, is like using Marvin as a game, like a game piece. And just like, and she kind of did in this, like, what in the next ratings, where
I don't understand.
Let's just jump to the ratings then, because
it's a lot. This is why I don't understand what is happening right now. But go ahead.
Because Marvin still puts Raven first.
He told. That's the thing. He told her, "You will always be my number one. I always rank you number one. That's not going to change." And I get that. And I'm at this point, if I'm Raven, I'm going to use that for my advantage, because this man obviously wants to get back into my good graces. Well, if you want to get back into my good graces, keep him around to get back into my good graces and keep ranking me high, because you don't take away places for people where they're ranking you high. You don't get rid of people who are ranking you high. I don't understand. That was very much emotional, and I was like, don't get it. But Marvin ranks our number one, like he's been doing for the last few rankings.
Yeah.
But she decides she is not going to rank Marvin high. He is very low on her list, last on her list, and he's low on a couple of people's lists, Tom and Tamira included. He also apologized to Tamira, by the way, because he's like, I feel bad. But Tamira's like, well, who was Tasia, is like, I don't care. I don't want you. I'm a lesbian anyway, but whatever.
Like, I'm a lesbian. I'm good.
I'm good. My feelings aren't hurt from you. So it is what it is. And so the rankings come out. Yeah. 8th place was Tamira. 8th place, Tamira. She's bummed because she doesn't understand why she's in 8th place.
Yeah.
Don't understand why she's in 8th place. But why is Tamira in 8th place? We need to talk about that, because the hacker of it all actually came into play before we get into the rankings.
We completely forgot about the hacker.
Yeah, the hacker of it all got into the rankings because the hacker decided to hack Chaz's account. And they will hack Chaz's profile and talk to Sam, his wifey. Here is where I'm still very confused again, because Sam knew that she's never taught Chaz Gusbin to anybody but Chaz. So she definitely believed that this conversation that she was having with Chaz was real.
Except she forgot about that one conversation with good old Miss Jennifer. And I think, honestly, initially when Jennifer decided that they were going to hack Chaz, I was a little confused. And as things went on, I was like, no, this is a really smart move, because they have one thing on Chaz and Sam that really nobody else has. I thought the only other person that potentially it would have been understandable to hack would have been someone and then having a conversation with Oliver. Because I feel like Oliver is the one person that doesn't really know exactly how people talk yet in the circle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was like, yeah, exactly. So that would have been like my other thought process. Maybe someone like Raven, like hacking Raven and talking to Oliver and like trying to like disseminate information about like Chaz or Sam or whoever to get Oliver against them. But yeah, so I understood once I thought about it a little bit more, I definitely understood the
move. So they hacked Sam, Chaz, and they hacked Sam. Chaz with talking to Sam. Ugh, words hard today. So they're talking, and Sam is eating it up. She is buying everything they're saying, and they're telling her how Tamira and Sasha were the ringleaders behind this revolution because Sasha / Shuby told everybody that Sasha's tried to start this newbies revolution and all the newbies to unite to take out all the original players. And so that kind of threw the original players in a loop like, wait, what? It was a revolution? And Chaz was upset because his friend Tom or Jennifer didn't say anything. Sam was upset because Jennifer or Tom didn't say anything about this newbies revolution. And Tamira didn't say anything about this newbies revolution. You all were supposed to be close with us and you didn't tell us about this newbies revolution. So they're a little upset about that. But Sam is believing that this is Chaz talking to her and telling her that Sasha and Tamira was starting this newbies revolution and they were all in and was ready to do it. And then, and that pissed off Sam because Sam was like, I don't trust Tamira. So she ranked her low. And that is, a lot of people ranked Tamira lower than normal. And that's why Tamira was in 8th place in the rankings.
Poor Tamira.
Poor Tamira. Yeah. Didn't know why. Also, Tamira and Jennifer got into a little a little So that was like, I was like, well, wow, is that what we doing? Love it, love to see it. Because Tamira was, the girlies were fighting. Tamira was not happy that Jennifer called her Two-Face during the Savage game. And she's like, why did you come for me and call me Two-Face
when we... What was the reason?
Exactly. What was the reason? Like, I mean, I didn't do nothing. And we knew Sasha tried to start this revolution. Shouldn't she be the Two-Face? Well, why am I the Two-Face? And yada, yada, yada. And so Jennifer's like, I mean, yeah, it was very much, let's do it with love. Let's kill it with kindness. And
Samira was like, Jen. Go fuck off.
Well, please
kindness, kindness, my behind.
Just like, please go and choke, because like I'm sick of your kindness. Honestly, sick of it. But she just was like, we're gonna kill it with kindness, and we're gonna keep doing this whole Auntie Jen thing, which starting to get on my last nerves. But
she's the shady aunts.
Yeah,
and I grew up with shady aunts.
Me too.
I grew up with shady aunts.
But it started off cute, but now it's just okay. But yeah, they going back and forth in their little tit-to-tot to two. But nothing really gets resolved. Tamira is not believing Jen at all. She doesn't believe she's real. She thinks everything she says is fake. She don't care nothing about her. And she's like, I'm not gonna try to reach out to her no more. I'm not doing it. And so then we find out about the hacker, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, is this the hack? Who hacked me? Did I get hacked? What's happening? I don't."
So then, messages Jen again. I was like, I just want to make sure that like the conversation we had was real, and like even though we had like a really like awkward and like we kind of fought, I just want to make sure that was like a real conversation. And Jen's like, yeah, that was a real conversation.
It's like,
oh, okay. And then
good.
Jen out of nowhere is like, let's just wipe a clean slate. I'm like, go fuck off. Like,
and Tamira's like, sure.
No.
I was like, all right, clean slate.
I don't believe a
I
thing you
guess.
say, Jennifer.
So weird. Like, it was such an awkward conversation, but it was so weird. But back to the ratings. Jennifer, Tamira was 8th. Marvin was 7th. And that's because you screwed up. Jennifer was 6th. And should have been lower. And Oliver was 5th.
Tom was 5th.
Oh no, Tom was 5th. Oliver was 4th.
Yeah.
Which everybody was very much surprised by that. Was like, what? Okay.
Good, as he should. King.
As he should. Period. Oliver was 4th, and Chaz was 3rd. This is the first time Chaz was not an influencer.
I was gonna say the lowest Chaz has ever been rated in the circle.
3rd. Still not bad. 3rd.
No.
And so 1st and 2nd went to Raven and Sam. And so I was very happy for Sam being 2nd, and Queen Raven is back on top of her throne as the influencer.
I was so thrilled for Sam because she really has been wanting this since the start. Mm-hmm. And like finally, I didn't think it was going to be her. In all honesty, I thought it was going to be Raven and Chaz again.
Me too.
And to see Sam get up there and to just see Sam's reaction was everything to me. Like I love
Sam.
I love Sam.
Talk about it, Will. I feel like I hadn't heard enough from you today. How do you feel about Sam and her reactions and influencer?
This is a shocking moment. I've never been this quiet on an episode of The Cut.
Look, so I've heard. But you know.
Lana, no!
But when it comes to Sam,
wait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now I got the giggles. I can't. Okay, stop. Okay.
This is
Okay. Continue, Will. What you think about Sam?
Okay. Mm-hmm. So with Sam, I've been vibing with her since day one. It's like it's that New York Puerto Rican solidarity I have with her. And then she just seems like a vibe, and I love a girl in leopard print. I love anyone in a cat print, any type of animal from the cat family. And then with Sam, she's always been like raw and honest, and that's what I love about her. And the moment when she saw Raven was she was like, "There you go, that's my fifth with influencers." She seems great, even when she's coming for somebody.
She's better when she's coming for somebody. Like, oh my God, when Sam gets worked up and she's like, I don't believe it. You're lying. She's lying. Like, I love it. Sam can do anything on TV, and I'm here for it. I will watch her in her leopard print pajamas, her leopard print bonnet, and her big old tennis shoe slippers. And
I love those.
I will just eat it up. I don't care. I just love Sam in all things she do. When she was just sitting there watching her cookies bake, talking to the cookies, I was like, girl, I love you so much. So very much. Sam is everything.
I enjoy most of this cast. Like, I enjoyed most of this cast, even the people who were blocked first.
Not the person that was blocked first, but I liked Billie Jean.
I
But the
do
person,
like
but
Billie
the person
Jean.
who got booted first, for real, like
Mm.
Brian, Billie Jean,
I
enjoyed
was
them. I
talking out
enjoyed them.
Brian.
Oh yeah.
I think Brian would
Oh,
have been better as Brian, not as Brittany.
Yes.
I think so too.
I think he
But
even said that on Twitter. He's like, looking back, I'm like, I probably should have just gone in as myself.
he would have did so much
Mhm.
better. But so yeah, Sam and Raven go to the hangout to do their influencer. As Sam said, we are cisfluencers, and I love that. I was like, cisfluencers. And then this is where they lost me. This is where they lost me. Because I was like, as they were talking and they were going down the list of who they wanted to, talk about, it was Marvin, it was Jen, it was Tom.
Yeah, because this is when this is like right after Sam found out that her judgment got
Chaz.
hacked by
Mm-hmm.
Jen, by that
Mm-hmm.
Mino and Little Miss thing with the Bob and furniture.
Because she realized then that they had never talked about their nicknames in front of anybody except Jen in that one group chat. And so she was like, this is something that we never talked about. But Chaz, I also think, ruined the train to get, like, Sam would have got Jennifer out. I think Sam would have gone for Jennifer if Chaz didn't put doubt, like maybe it's Tom or possibly Oliver. And it was just weird that Chaz did not want to believe that it was just Jennifer, that Jennifer was the hacker.
Well, at this point, they're not believing. Later on, it changed.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Oliver would be that shady.
Oliver doesn't know them like that to call him wifey or because, like Oliver couldn't hack the Chaz because he wouldn't know. But
And
then the way they set it up, they were like, well, we said something in the Revolution chat about Chaz not going for his wifey. And I'm like, but then that's when Sam was like, she's lying because that conversation happened before or after the Revolution chat. That didn't happen. The time is off. The math ain't mathing, is what Sam was saying. The math is not mathing. And so she was very convinced that Jen was lying, which is facts, was true. But they, like I said, this is where they lost me because I felt like this decision that Raven and Sam did was purely emotional. It had nothing to do with strategy, had nothing to do with game. It was strictly emotional. You hurt my feelings because you didn't reciprocate the same feelings I had for you, from you to me to you. Therefore, I'm going to kick you out. And I was like, I don't like that because you just kicked out a number for you. You just kicked out a number for you when you could have kicked out a number for them or somebody who is starting a revolution against you and you don't know who to trust for real. So it's like, why would you keep in somebody who you know is doing a revolution instead of somebody who's trying to do everything in their power to make you trust them again? Like, he's willing to give you number ones. Take your ones.
What do y'all think, Jennifer? Go ahead, Logan.
Right, Jennifer. Oh, no. I was going to say, I think the big thing is, like, Sam presented all of this information to Raven for the first time in the influencer chat. And so because of that, Raven was like, well, I have all of this information. I don't know what to do with this because Sam is great. I don't know what to believe from this. And what I know to be factual truth is that Marvin has lied to me on several occasions. So that's what I'm going to go with.
And I understand that, but I'm also like, he's ranked you high because now you're an influencer. If he wasn't ranking you high and other people weren't ranking you high, you wouldn't be an influencer. And he told you you've been my number one since we started talking, and I'm gonna continue to do that. I feel like I can understand you being hurt. I don't fine hurt. I'm hurt. I don't want to have a relationship with you, but this is a game, and we need to make game strategic moves, not emotional moves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see it from both sides. I just think like in that moment, Raven didn't have all of the information. And so that was just probably the safest bet for her, because she didn't have, at that point, she didn't have a bad relationship necessarily with Jennifer or Tom. And so the person that she had the worst relationship of those three people was Marvin. So I definitely see where you're saying like that's a number for her, but also who knows? Maybe at some point Marvin will be like, well, she's not reciprocating. Maybe I need to start rating her lower. Maybe I need to start going after her. I think she put a lot more faith in Marvin's game playing abilities than he had.
Mm-hmm. I agree. But
Part of
Marvin
me
was
was
sent home.
fine. Part of me was fine with Marvin getting blocked, but part of me still wanted him to get blocked so desperately because I just can't stand Brett, and I've grown to dislike Xanthi because I liked her in day one, but ever since she became Jennifer and has been stuck with that piece of furniture called Brett, um, I don't know. She's a bit too loud for me.
I was about to say, don't watch it with headphones on. That's all I'm saying. Because that girl will blow your eardrums out. I can't with her. It's awful. But yeah,
Peace and love,
they'll,
peace and love. Lies.
ugh. So Marvin's blocked. He goes to see Raven, of course. And she's like telling him how it is. Like, you hurt my feelings and I couldn't trust you anymore. So I did what I did. And he couldn't do anything but accept it. It is what it is. But they seemed to be okay, which was great. I'm glad that he was able to get some closure. She was able to get some closure. And what else? What else? So the next thing, we get the news feed the next day. Marvin says his goodbyes. Marvin is real, so everybody's like, "Oh my God, he's real. He's gorgeous." Blah blah blah. And Brett's a little jealous because Xanthi is very much gagaing over Marvin, so that was interesting. Um, then I'm trying to figure out. Oh, Oliver is on this new thing to flirt with Chaz now. He's very much feeling Chaz. And Chaz is like, I'm engaged, but I'm single on this show. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to do what I got to do to.
Meanwhile, you got a wife in this
Uh,
game,
right.
but
I
Oliver don't
mean,
know that.
he don't know that. And she knows he's gay, so that's why he's a Guspin and he's wifey. That's not, that's okay. But so he's going to flirt with Oliver, and Raven is going to be the wing woman because Oliver asked her to hook them up, set them up, and Raven did just that. Put them in a group chat, said y'all good, and said okay, peace, bounced, and let them get to flirting and talking.
Mm-hmm.
And Oliver was Chaz was very much into the flirting. He enjoyed it. It was fun for him. And Oliver was eating it up like
Yep.
he was eating it up, and he's very much infatuated with Chaz at this point. Um, Chaz and I think it's Chaz and Tom talks, and he's a little annoyed with Tom because he didn't tell him about the revolution, and
Right.
that they should have considered each other because he considered them friends and he didn't consider them newbies. They were originals, and you know And he was a little annoyed with that. And they were annoyed with Jennifer as well. Sam was offended because Jennifer didn't tell. And it looked like the world was collapsing around Jennifer and Tom in this moment. Like everything that they wanted, everything that they had done or Jennifer had done, especially with the hacking thing, and it seemed like it was collapsing all around them. They dodged the bullet when Marvin went home. I thought it should have
Yeah,
been Jennifer, but
me too.
but you know, they dodged the bullet, and so now they were trying to do damage control, but still, it was just it was it was a lot going on with them, with Jen and with Tom, and then with Chaz and with Sam, and like all these
Yeah,
duos and couples were kind of just like coming at each other. It was weird. It was
it was.
weird. But then they had a fun mannequin challenge with 10 friends from
Mhm.
Queer Eye, who I love. And they gave him materials for them to do their whole, put together a look on a mannequin that represents them. And I mean, it's a fun challenge. It's
It's
always a
fun.
fun challenge. It's fun. Um, Chaz ended up winning that challenge because
Yeah,
10 Friend likes his look. And he told him if he had a couple of more hours, he probably would have made a look that 10 would have wanted to wear. So that was kind of cute.
right.
Um, yeah, I mean, the games and stuff, you know. But go
I
ahead.
enjoyed I enjoyed some of the looks that was made. Tom,
Who was your favorite?
I would probably have to say maybe Raven, if I
Mm.
remember
Mm-hmm.
correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Raven and Chaz was also another favorite. Um,
Oliver's
oh,
look was good too.
oh,
I
Oliver,
liked Oliver's look.
oh, Oliver's look was amazing. I definitely enjoyed it. It's very much genderless fashion, which I like. I also love the concept of like a button down, like a button up shirt with like a black skirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it was a good look, and everybody did really well. So then this is where some spiciness happens because now Tom and Chaz had a conversation, and Chaz told Tom about a conversation that he had with Sam, and that he was hacked, and he couldn't believe that he was hacked, and the only people who knew about his um, nicknames with Sam was Jennifer, and all things pointed towards Jennifer as the hacker. And Tom was like,
Yep.
I don't know how I should take this because we're supposed to be an alliance and besties, and you're lying to me. And so instead of him going off, he just went and asked Jennifer. He said, "Are you the hacker? I just want you to be honest." And Jennifer's was like, "Yeah, I'm the hacker." And Tom was pissed.
Devastated.
He was so mad. He was just like, "Wait a minute. I have been trying to be honest this whole time and working with you and building up this alliance and doing everything for our team. And you keep some information like that away from me? Like, what is happening?" It was
I,
very weird.
I felt so bad for Tom at that very moment because it's like he's gone to enjoy Jennifer's presence
Mm-hmm.
and had a lot of
And
faith in
that
Jennifer for some
had a lot of
reason.
faith. Had a lot of faith. And it felt like now he was being lied to. And so that was the end of episode 11, where Tom was finding out that Jennifer was the hacker and did not tell him. And but Jennifer was trying to cover it up, like, I was just trying to get Tamira out. It had nothing to do with going against Sam and Chaz. I really just wanted to get out Tamira. But Tom was like, "Well, why did you lie to me? You didn't have to. You didn't need me to go to if you already hacked Sam and had her believing that Tamira needed to go, you didn't need to lie to me and say all these things about Tamira. Like it just didn't sit well in Tom's soul that he was lied
Yeah.
to. And so then we're going right into episode 12 because honestly, this all fits in one thing. Like
Right. This was
Tom is
kind of
devastated. Go ahead.
this. Sometimes I don't like when shows are like airing like 2, 3, 4 episodes at the same time because I have this situation with like HBO Max. Like they would like air, they would air like either 3 or 2 episodes of one show in like the span of a week.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did it with Sex Lives of College Girls. They did it with Legendary. But I
Mm-hmm.
kind of, but I kind of don't mind them doing it for the circle. I guess.
Yeah. I don't mind doing it because it's like it gives me more. Like I can watch all of it at once and then move on and wait till next week and watch the rest of them. But I don't know. I don't mind it. But like, so it was Love Day in the circle. Everybody shows some love to everybody. We're gonna have Love Day. We're gonna have a Love Day party, and we're gonna just do love. It's about love that's going to end in the block. It's like we're gonna have Love Day, but somebody's gonna go home.
It's like everybody say love and then block.
All right, it's love and then chop. Like somebody gotta go. But all throughout this day, Tom has been trying to wrap his head around Jennifer and how does he deal with this information that he got from Jennifer. I don't know. What's your thoughts about the Jennifer Tom back and forth and situations?
The Jennifer Tom back and forth. First things first. Oh, when it comes to Tom and Jennifer, to be honest, um, first things first, I feel like I really feel bad for Tom at times. Like I've been feeling bad for Tom a little bit because like he was the new guy and he barely knows anything about what's going on here. Whereas like now that we're like on week 3, technically like day 12, I would say, but like close to the end, it's like sometimes your friendships are gonna have to crackle down to be able to make it to the final, to make it to the end. I feel bad that Tom had been duped by Jennifer, but Sally is the name of the game. And as much as I heavily dislike Brett and how I thought, and as much as I heavily dislike Brett,
Need some bed.
he's playing the he's playing the decent game.
They are, and like I said before, I've said it before in this podcast, but I think Brett and Xanthi together makes the perfect Jennifer because I don't think either one of them could have pulled it off by themselves. They would have screwed up and messed up. Where one is lacking, the other one will pick up the slack. So
Mhm.
I do think them together makes a good Jennifer, but I don't, Brett is still Brett always. But
Mhm.
yeah, I do feel bad for Tom. I felt bad for Tom because Tom really put his all into the relationship with Jennifer and wanted to take that alliance to the end. But
Yeah.
in this episode, Jennifer has decided that Tom is no longer needed in their alliance anymore. Because when the rankings go out, they rank Tom low, low, like last.
Yep.
Because it's, and they're like, it's either him or us.
It should have been y'all.
Personally, I agree. But game wise, they outplayed him because at this party
Mhm.
that they had, this Love Day party, um, they found out that the lowest ranking person will be blocked from the circle.
It was a cute
And
little love day party. Everybody was dressed to the nines. Even though Brett looked like a pimple you just want to pop so badly, but it's stuck there.
I mean, yeah, everybody was dressed up. They got partied, and it was cute. It was cute. But then the circle decided to do what the circle does and rain on their parade, and decided to say the lowest ranked person will be blocked from the circle. And unfortunately, the lowest ranked person happened to be. Let me get my banner. I had to get to my banner. Not you jumping the gun before I got to my banner. Oh, not that
My
Will.
apologies.
Not Will jumping the gun.
And the person
But it's okay.
media blocked is Tom.
It's Tom. Sad face Tom. Because we really did like Tom. And Tom showed himself. But Tom got outplayed. He got outplayed. Simply.
You can't hate the player, hate the game.
And so Tom decided to go see Jennifer, of course. And everybody's so excited to see each other, but I don't know.
We got a finale.
Chaz, the Circle Kid, revealed that you were voted the highest rated player. That's nice for Chaz. Back on top again. Oh, yeah. This was, and we get to finale next week. Next week we get to a finale, and that's it. It's really like I said, Tom, we really did like Tom, and I didn't want him to go. Not like that anyway. But things happened and he had to go. But that's it. I don't think we need to make it to the hour mark here. I think we could just say join us next week. Join us next week for the finale of The Circle. Follow us on Twitter at @thecup_reality. And if you just want to follow us on Twitter, just us, look down there. There we go. Follow us for cool people. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, and you will never miss a podcast. If you ever wanted to talk about something reality, Circle, Drag Race, Traders, anything reality, all the survivors, Big Brothers, DM us. Let us know that you want to be on the podcast, and we will be happy to have you.
Let us know.
Let us know we are here. And if there's something you want to talk about, let us know. We'll see what we can do. And that's it. So, Will, I appreciate you joining me and Logan and in his absence since he came and left, but it's okay. Technology. But that's all we got, y'all. Cheers. Bye-bye.
The circle chat has now ended.
Goodbye. The circle chat is now over. Send